Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Antinomy fight on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries for Legacy of the Duelist. And yeah, he also has Shard of Greed, so he can, slowly get even more resources. Ugh. We're in a decent spot at the moment, to be perfectly honest, because we've got access to a Junk Warrior, we've got some control options of our own, and yeah, we can even attempt to use Junk Forward in order to run over a DG Warwolf, but I'm hesitant to do any of that, to be perfectly honest, because he's just going to float into more resources. So what really is the point if I'm not cashing out damage, you know?
Well, you're weakening his defense.
No, you are not. Ooh, a Sonic Chick. Nice defense for us, at least.
Well, we have a time constraint ahead that the Shard of Greed that he had put a couple turns ago is going to go off soon. Which
Very
time
specifically during this next main phase, because he's going to get his second counter here. Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody use the Shard of Greed effect.
Really?
You usually don't have enough time to use Shard of Greed. Nobody should give you enough time to use Shard of Greed. 2 turns is enough time to just end the game.
In modern Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, during 5Ds, to be perfectly honest, 2 turns was actually a relatively long amount of time. Oh, I thought I actually had I thought I had either Necro Gardener or Ghost Gardener in my graveyard at this point, but I do not.
Yeah, maybe we'll take the eye off of Junk Warrior. He's still going to attack Junk. It didn't work. Like, come on, you want to deal more damage to me this turn?
Hey, another Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
We have an impervious defense now. 2 trap cards and a dragon.
Stardust Xiaolong and 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrow means that he needs 4 monsters in order to run over that. And King of Bio is actually enough to finally do it.
Oh, right. He's got the 4th monster. Well, we won't take any damage this turn.
Thankfully. No, I don't want to use 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrows on a single attack, and yes, you are allowed to do that.
That would be silly, though.
It would be very silly.
1 would suffice.
Okay, so we've got Synchron Explorer. I think what I should have actually done here specifically is special summon Junk Forward, and then he used Gravity Collapse on my Synchron Explorer. Okay, then.
He's just denying
monsters
at this point.
And yeah, Gravity Collapse also makes it so that we can't summon a monster for the rest of this turn. So I think that Gravity Collapse actually has a place in today's metagame. To be perfectly honest, there's Catapult Dragon, but it's relatively odd for me to believe that because, the normal and even counter traps at this point of the game that don't say win the game on them are virtually unplayable, so... I do like TG as an archetype, to be perfectly honest. The infinite floating is one of the bigger selling points, but they also have a lot of very cool boss monsters that don't do anything, like it's Hyper Blader and Halberd Cannon specifically that I really like. But you'll notice that he's actually going in Power Gladiator a bunch here. And Power Gladiator is actually a really, really powerful synchro monster. It's just that you never actually see it on the field long enough because it's the whole reason to have it here is explicitly to, well, go into the 10 and 12 star synchros that the TGs enable, specifically Hyper Blader and Halberd Cannon.
No, you were not kidding that Antinomy has a really powerful TG deck. Honestly, this is probably the most powerful deck that we've seen yet.
I don't know, to be perfectly honest, because Brio's Loki deck is honestly, although it's not the most difficult fight, I argue it's actually slightly more powerful, or at least more consistent than Antinomy's TG deck. Yes, Antinomy's TG deck has got very specifically the ability to control you effectively out of the entire game, but it takes a while for him to actually build up those resources, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, here's Stardust Dragon.
This honestly was the best choice. He has been using a lot of effects that will just destroy cards. The thing about Stardust Dragon, though, is that he can't stop counter trap effects like Gravity Collapse.
Also, now we get to use both of the Stardust Xiaolong that are in our graveyard. Haha.
Nice.
Alright, now we can use Synchro Blast Wave to blow up one of his Power Gladiators. Except he uses TGHL.
Yeah, now change Stardust Dragon. Why didn't you change Stardust Dragon?
I didn't change Stardust Dragon because the plan here specifically was to run over Power Gladiator and then start attacking him directly. So,
if you call this a direct attack.
Hey, I got 1,300 points of damage on him.
I summon Uguchi to 300 attack. 1-star Aqua monster that says it can attack your opponent directly. Fools.
Oh, there is my Necro Defender.
It's like, okay, deck, you could stop giving me components now. I got them. I got my Synchro monster.
I mean, I got a Synchro monster out, but it's not even really one of the better ones that I would want right now. Like what I would want right now specifically is to go into Unknown Synchron so I can go into Formula, and then hold Formula for a while so I can get another one, and then go into Red Nova Dragon. But I don't think I can go into Red Nova Dragon without actually going into RDA, and
oh, right, he actually gets attack power because he's a face-up TG monster.
Yep. Hey, another tuning.
That's useful.
Yeah, we're gonna go for Unknown Synchron, and we milled a Junk Synchron. Damn it! Alright, so we can use Unknown Synchron in order to go into Formula Synchron, which will allow us to draw an additional card.
Boom.
Do I do the stupid thing here? Yeah, I do the stupid thing here. We're gonna go into fucking Shooting Star Dragon. Some of you might be wondering, well, wait a minute, how is this stupid? Because if Shooting Star Dragon manages to land two tuners, it's over. Well, the problem with landing 2 tuners right now is that we've spent most of them. We spent 2 of our Junk Synchron, we spent an Unknown Synchron, and Yusei's deck only has about 10 tuners in it. So, yeah, we didn't hit any tuners. So now Shooting Star Dragon gets no attacks.
Damn.
Yeah, I personally think that Shooting Star Dragon, although is a very interesting top end for Yusei's deck, is just objectively worse and always has been worse than Shooting Quasar, despite the fact that Shooting Quasar is much more difficult for Yusei to get out.
So if we kept Stardust Dragon on the field, we would basically have mate in 3.
More or less.
Because he's locked up his field, and he has made known his normal spell play.
Synchron Explorer, go for Junk
But he can't
Synchron.
play them.
And I think what I'm doing here is I'm going for Junk Berserker, right? Yeah, going for Junk Berserker. Cool.
Well, you can go into a Stardust Dragon.
There's no reason for me to go into a Stardust Dragon. I already have Shooting Star on the field. Alright, Shooting Star. Roll those dice. Junk forward. Salvage Warrior.
Good lord.
Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
Nope. Okay, got
Mirror
some more
Force.
And
Quibbled Hedgehog. Once again, I miss so hard that I don't even get a single attack with Shooting Star Dragon. Okay. Yeah, as I've already mentioned, gambling with the Shooting Star Dragon's effect is very cool. It's just explicitly not what Yusei's deck is designed to do.
No, Yusei's deck is definitely designed to use Shooting Star Dragon. It's just you did not use it at the correct time. The correct time to use it is early game, when you still have lots of tuners in your deck.
Well, supposedly I do still have lots of tuners in my deck. I should have at least one more Junk Synchron. I should have at least 2 more Unknown Synchron, and I should also have Turbo Synchron in there. And yet we're not seeing any of them. 3 turns in a row that we just straight up missed with it.
More than half of your deck is in the graveyard right now.
Yes, although more than half of my deck is in the graveyard, more than half of the tuners that I'm running are still in my deck. Plus, he's down to a third of his deck.
Yeah, he's not trying to roll the dice on every turn, except for the part that he's... Well, hey, if we can hold him off for just 11 more turns, all that card searching he's been doing, getting TGs directly out of his deck...
There's one tuner, Turbo Synchron.
Alright, we get 1 attack.
3, 4, and 5. 1 attack with Shooting Star Dragon. Ugh.
Will it be enough?
Folks, don't gamble with Shooting Star Dragon, okay? It is not fucking worth it. Especially because going to Shooting Star Dragon makes it so that you no longer have the protection effects of Stardust Dragon.
Somehow, I suspect that him locking up his spell and trap card zone is really biting him in the butt right now.
It is. Salvage Warrior.
Well, as long as we're not drawing into more tuners, we are improving the probability of actually hitting a tuner.
Junk Servant.
Every time we draw a card.
Mirror Force. Motherfucker! That's it. I'm done. Rhoda, give us a Junk Synchron. I know there's still one in there. There is not a Junk Synchron in there. Why is there not a Junk Synchron in there?
Because you already played them all.
I only played the 2, though.
This is why Blackjack is the most popular gambling card game in the world, is because it will benefit players who are paying attention to which cards have already hit the board.
Indeed it will. Anyway, in the next episode, we will finish Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Ooh, gravity claps. Be safe, everybody.